Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you healthy and natural ways to combat food addiction and binging. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tumi. I am a dancer and a poet and a medical doctor. I inspire people to create and nurture their best, most conscious and healthiest lives. I do so through my healing dances that I create and perform for people, and my expertise and my experience as a holistic physician. On this channel, I love creating videos about holistic health tips, my raw vegan lifestyle and plant-based health in general, voluntary simplicity, and lots of dance. If any of that sounds interesting to you, then consider subscribing down below if you haven't already. So let's get into this video. I'm going to be focusing in this video on mindset tips. I already did a previous video on steps to take for healing food addiction. I will leave a link to that here, maybe in the description box. You can check out. I've been doing a food addiction series because I had so many of you reach out to me about that. Particularly, I had somebody who reached out to me after purchasing my recent poem dance called Release the Weight, which is all about helping you release unwanted excess weight naturally and easily. It's a dance paired with a lecture that I create for you. He had beautiful things to share about Release the Weight, and I'll share a video soon with testimonials on that video, on that dance. He had a question about food addiction, and he asked me, he said, what's a natural way of combating food addiction? I also had somebody who recently reached out in our community, in the YouTube community, asking me, how do I combat, how do I take care of or eliminate binging? How do I combat binging? I'm super excited to share some mindset shifts that I think are so powerful that I've shared with my clients and patients, and that I use in my own life as somebody who healed food addiction and binging and has been living, feeling free and feeling peace with food for over a decade now. The first mindset practice to really help with this is to release the word combat or fight. I think there's something about addiction that can feel like a struggle, obviously, for obvious reasons. However, that being said, there's also something I found so liberating in acceptance. And by acceptance, I don't mean accepting your suffering as somebody who is a food addict or binges or does practices that feel so toxic or harmful to your body, your mind, or spirit. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying accept your current reality if that's what you're going through. I'm saying accepting that you're an addict. I'm saying accepting that you binge if this is your reality. I had to do the same thing. I had to accept that there were certain foods that if you put in front of me, I had no control over. I had to accept that I was using binging regularly as a way of numbing my pain. Accept it. And I'm going to go further. I'm going to say, thank yourself. Thank yourself for having used, for a while, because you're about to make a change, food to cope. There are way worse ways to cope. And some would argue food is a horrible way to cope. But in some part of your life, at some part of your growing up or experience, you use food and you're still surviving to survive. I know that I did. It was a way for me to escape some really harsh realities in my life. And once I was able to thank myself for having survived, I could then shift. And I think it's so powerful to thank yourself because it reframes yourself as being somebody who's at war with yourself or self-sabotaging to somebody who is a survivor, to somebody who way deep inside really loves himself, herself, themselves. When I realized that my food addiction, my binging, was my way, my cracked way, my messed up way of loving myself, taking care of myself, I could then say, how better? What's a better way of loving myself? Excuse the passing vehicle. I believe it is so powerful to thank yourself for having survived. Take that in for a moment. For having coped and survived. And now, having done that, you can then change this coping mechanism. Food addiction, binging, shift it. But first, accept what you've been doing and thank yourself for having survived. The second mindset shift that I recommend to help heal food addiction and binging is to release this idea that moderation is okay. Moderation is key. Everything in moderation. I have a whole video about that I'll leave a link below too. I think this is bunk. As a physician, I believe this is complete bunk. It is something to throw away. If you are thriving with moderation, you're probably not watching this video, frankly. If you have an addiction, if you are suffering with binging, moderation doesn't do you any good. And for many people, it doesn't. There are oftentimes trigger foods, trigger practices that just take you into a landmine, into a rabbit hole of more and more and more toxicity and more suffering. And so I recommend throwing that out and being okay with the fact that certain things for now are not your food. I'll share with you, I shared in that video, bread. Once I accepted bread was not my food and stopped trying to moderate my intake of bread, such liberation. And it helped me out of the hole of binging and food addiction. That's just one example. Think in your life where you try to practice moderation as key and see how it may actually have led you into further binging or further food addiction, and then throw out that rule book, throw out that rule because it doesn't serve many people. The third mindset shift I offer to you is the idea of thinking of cleansing, detox, fast as a beautiful opportunity to up-level, to have things manifest or womb-fest faster in your life. Fast makes things faster. I love that quote. I heard it somewhere, I'm not sure, but it stayed with me and it's been my experience. When you detox and cleanse, it's the opposite of deprivation. So the idea, the mindset shift here is releasing the idea that cleansing or detoxing is deprivation. I am not talking about caloric restriction, by the way. I'm talking about the spiritual, emotional, and physical process of cleansing the body. That has nothing to do with calories. And if you're interested in learning more about cleanses from me, check out my recent video I posted about my autumn equinox fast. There was no calorie counting involved, but I had an incredible fast experience, detox experience. And I lead multiple times. I lead people all the time in detoxing and cleanses on my one-on-one sessions with clients and patients. Cleanses and detoxes can be expansive, not restrictive. Can be, again, a beautiful way of leveling up and be the opposite of deprivation. So that's a mindset shift that I really recommend because I have found cleanses and fast to be a wonderful step in healing binging and food addiction. And my last video, not the last one I made, but in the food addiction series, the one that were about 3 action steps to take, talks more about this. So check that out if you're interested. My camera just died, but I could not stop without making this last point, offering this point, this last mindset shift, reframing, which is thinking about pain as a portal to your best life. Your pain might be the binging. Your pain might be the food addiction. But ask your pain, ask this pain, what are you trying to teach me? What do I need to heal? Pain can be an incredible portal. And in my membership program called Your Delicious Life, we're diving into just that whole idea. And I have found pain to be incredibly transformative in my life, to help me heal in ways I never thought possible. It definitely helped me with the birthing of my child, and I shared this with the Orchard members in my recent personal vlog post. So if you're interested in diving more into how pain can be a portal to your best, your most delicious life, I invite you to come on over and check Your Delicious Life, my membership program. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. You can stay for a month in the membership program. You can stay for years, as many of the members have. It's up to you. The membership program is full of so many things I share with our beautiful Orchard, I call them Orchard members. I call it an orchard because it's full of beautiful, I call us fruit trees that are thriving and living our most delicious lives. I share healing dances or healing meditations every month. I share a personal vlog that I share things about my personal life and my experiences and my healing in ways I don't feel comfortable sharing on YouTube. I apologize, but it's true. I share inspirational posts, and every month I do a Q&A just for the members, answering their questions on health and living your best life. So again, if you're at all interested, check down below in the description box for your delicious life. I hope that one of these three things I shared, I hope that these mind shift reframes truly helps you heal. Healing is more than possible. It is waiting for you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone you think might benefit. Subscribe if you like, and I send you so much love wherever you are on this wide, wild world. Take care.